The morning after the bedroom locking incident, I came down to find Cian in the kitchen cooking like his life depended on it. What are you doing? I asked.
I'm making Tony breakfast.
Is that crepe Suzette? I didn't know you knew how to make crepe Suzette.
I didn't, until this morning. We have to put in an extra effort now after we freaked the shit out of Tony last night.
Then Cian poured over the orange zest sauce, placed the pancakes on a tray next to a plate full of bacon, eggs and sausages, and sashayed out the kitchen. I heard Cian's footsteps go up the stairs, then there was a pause. Then I heard the footsteps come down the stairs again, and then Cian re-entered with a full tray.
Didn't want it, I said, going back into the kitchen.
He's probably saving his appetite for eating our spleens.
Or maybe after last night he's worried that we poisoned his food.
If he's so afraid of us, why hasn't he just left?
Well, maybe he believes in giving people the benefit of the doubt. You should try it.
I trust my instincts.
No, you don't. Your instinct said he was a good guy. You're second-guessing your instincts.
I never said first instincts, Cian. I never said first instincts. Trust me, I'm wrong. Cian's just so trusting. And sweet, really. It's one of the things that I really love about him. And it's why we work so well together. He needs me to look out for him.
If anyone around here was acting like crazy people, it was us.
Cian and I went and sat in the car so we could speak in private, and if Tony came down and found us there, we could pretend that we were practicing navigation.
I'm just saying I think he's perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal? Nobody's perfectly normal. Who do you know that's perfectly normal? That's only something you say about psychopaths.
Will you stop accusing our guest?
Will you stop trying to make a crazy person feel more comfortable in our house?
He hasn't done anything.
Exactly. Now I had him. It's 3 o'clock. He hasn't left. Why would he come to Dublin to sit in our spare room all weekend?
Megan and I sat in the car and discussed it for another 20 minutes. I mean, we just couldn't agree. We didn't have enough evidence. There was no other way around it.
We needed to see into the spare room.
Tony opened the door. I was quite prepared for him to be losing his rag at this stage. I mean, I didn't think he was crazy, but I thought we must be driving him in that direction. But fair play to him. I mean, his expression was as cool and as chill and as blank as ever. I swallowed and started to talk. Hey man, I was just looking up some more information on wind turbines. I took out the fact sheets I printed up earlier. Like we said, they're pretty big.
I carefully opened the bathroom window. I was trying to be very quiet. I'd read on one of the websites that psychopaths have increased hearing, but to be honest, I think they might have been getting confused with visually impaired people. I picked up the mirror that I'd taped to the long spatula and slid it out the window. Outside, I could hear Cian droning on, distracting Tony. I angled the mirror so I could see into the spare room. Now, it took a bit of manoeuvring because I needed the mirror to see into the spare room and I needed to be able to see into the mirror. But what I saw chilled my blood. A naked leg lying on a bed, red liquid splashed across it. I almost dropped the mirror. I was so horrified. I strained to angle the mirror upwards. At the top of the body was the bald head of an old man. His eyes stared vacantly into space. My breath stopped cold and my mouth was trembling. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then a hand came up holding a hot dog. The old man's mouth opened and took a bite of the hot dog. And it was at that point I recognised the old man as Ken, our next door neighbour. I'd gotten confused about which direction was which, and I ended up using a tiny mirror taped to a spatula to watch our old neighbour sit naked on his bed eating a hot dog. At that point, Ken noticed the mirror. He smiled and waved.